Impression of Guru letting DJ speak, impossible. Dude, we literally signal each other when we want to jump in. I think DJ is happy to let me yap while he can get his, while he can have his own input as well. If Francis never left, Dana would have buried Jones. Thank you for the £2. Fair play. It was a good program. Yeah, no, we're literally doing a show with both of us, and people think I'm just going to sit there and be a DJ's little Mike Harrington. You know what I mean? Come on. It's not that kind of show. It's the Mighty Guru show, guys. It's both of us. We're both a part of it. I'm not just his little on the side, mate. Do you think Ilia pulls a McGregor and tries to box Canelo? I hate it, but I honestly could see it. I could see it as well, but I think he'll cement his UFC career first and then wait to make the boxing move afterwards. In fact, I could see Ilia, chat, yes or no, fighting his next lightweight contender, looking for the Makhachev fight at 170 or not. If the Makhachev fight isn't at 170, he could look to 170 afterwards. Then I can see Ilia doing something where he completely retires from MMA and the UFC. Just focuses on boxing and makes like a massive boxing debut at like 32 years old. I could see Ilia doing something like that. Like seriously retiring from the sport if he does carry out his goals. And then taking a few years to just take a massive boxing match for 100 million or 50 million or one of those types of paydays, I don't see Ilia getting a call up to fight some boxer on 8 weeks notice and starting his training camp like McGregor did, I reckon Ilia's the type of guy to plot it out and wait for it on his terms. This is dumb, but at this point, do you think Ilia wins at 170? I think JDM would get him, but I don't know. No way Ilia hits harder, but it feels like it, which is insane. No, I think JDM, chat, yes or no. I think he would jab with Ilia, and I think JDM would roll with Ilia's shots. JDM's not going to go into an Ilia Topuria punch and get dropped and slept. I think Ilia would crack JDM on the chin, but JDM would move with the shots. He's got that level of boxing defense where I don't think someone's going to catch JDM with a punch that he doesn't see coming or anything like that. So JDM would probably just stay long with a jab to the body on Ilia as well, and like go calf kicks at range and play that game while being way bigger and therefore hurting Ilia a lot more. So I go JDM busting up Ilia Topuria. He's too big, man. He's too big. He's like a just scale stretched Poirier by like a certain amount, like 25% increase of size. Arman deserves it next. Do Paddy Gaethje in October. I don't like that Arman's just getting the shot though, man. He's been out for so long. Get Arman another win first and then do him for the title next. Book Arman versus Dan Hooker on the Du Plessis versus Chimaev pay-per-view. And then have the winner fight for the title in December if it's Arman, which it probably will be. Let's get fights booked. Let's get these guys really good resumes before they go in there against Ilia Topuria right now. Ilia Topuria, chat, yes or no, is the standard of mixed martial arts right now. So whoever his opponent is going to represent who is the second best guy, who is the challenge to the most skilled fighter in the UFC, Ilia Topuria. So we need to make sure that when the casual fans see that, it's not some random guy that hasn't fought in 13 months and has a decision win, split decision against Charles Oliveira. We need someone who's actually just had a finish against a Dan Hooker and they've got a resume, and then Arman's got wins over Beneil Dariush, Dan Hooker, Charles Oliveira, and it looks like a really good resume. When Ilia's the standard and the best, you want to make sure that the opponents you're putting up against him isn't someone who ain't fought in ages and only has one decent win. Unless it's Pimblett, but you have to make sure that he gets the win over Gaethje first, because that's the only way you can justify it. You can't justify making the fight right now. The Arman hype feels like the wannabe hardcore take because he's the odd man out. Dude, for the rest of these people in the community on MMA, they will start picking Arman to win. He's the next guy. He's the next Bilal Muhammad coming up to get the title shot off of Ilia. He's the next. We're going to repeat the same thing. We're going to repeat the same thing, chat. Ankalaev about to fight Pereira. Watch the same old group start rallying behind Arman about how people are counting him out and how he's going to beat Ilia. And then just hoping that it happens. I swear, it's the same thing every time. One guy gets counted out a little bit and everyone jumps on massively overhyping him and glazing him to prove how much of a hardcore fan they are. Just another fucking disguise for their casualness. It's lame that they can't just root for what's fun. Have you been crashing out about Glastonbury? Dude, you know political shit can't make me crash out anymore. I have a new... Political shit don't make me crash out anymore, man. 6'4", capped delts, and a 32-inch belt. My pigger. Thank you for the £2, Reese Thompson. Yeah, I've seen all the Glastonbury shit, but I really just don't care anymore, man. I'm so over it. I'm done getting rage baited by political shit now. Even though I'll be raging about something tomorrow, most likely. I don't know. I don't really care. I saw the whole Pride Parade thing as well, and I kind of see the good in it. Weirdly. Even though it's degenerate, I know. I don't know. Trying not to let things ruin my day all the time, every day. You know what I'm saying? Can you explain the he's a marauder? Joe Rogan must have said that someone was a marauder, and I can't remember who it was. He's a marauder. I think he was talking about Robbie Lawler, right, chat? Who was Joe Rogan talking about when he said marauder? I think it was John Jones, Robbie Lawler, Covington, one of those fighters. I can't remember who, but he used to say it about quite a lot of fighters back in the day that they were marauders. It wasn't Benson Henderson. So yeah, that's where it started. Islam really, and then look what he did to Cub Swanson was about Holloway. Because Holloway submitted Cub Swanson with the guillotine. It was quite impressive at the time that he did it. Islam, Max Holloway still thinks we're going to find out on October 26th. Hey, people, I nearly said people forget, man. We going to find out October 27th. Any thoughts on the Jake Paul fight? Chat, they're real fights. They're just shit opponents. And a lot of boxers are shit at boxing. So I think they're the real fight. They are real fights. He's just not that impressive against them. You know? I don't think Julio Cesar Chavez is being paid to hold back on shots. I think they just ain't got it against Jake Paul. Not that Jake Paul's really good. I just think these guys are like very shit. I've seen Julio Cesar Chavez get schooled by Anderson Silva. Like, Jake Paul obviously beat him. Stop like saying, oh, this guy's so shit, of course Jake's going to beat him. And then when Jake beats him, say, oh, they paid to lose. He's actually really good, this guy. No. I don't know how that energy shifts. The fight gets announced, everyone says, wow, old man obviously going to lose to Jake. He's terrible. Look at his last few fights. He's awful. He's going to lose. And then when he loses, they go, rigged. How did he lose? Like they were expecting him to win. Like, no. Jake Paul's just picking guys that he's better than at this point. So that's what it is. But I don't really care about Jake Paul's fights unless he fights like an MMA name or anything like that. He should fight Darren Till. Hot take, Huffy butchers Ilia stylistically. Dude, I'm going to tell you something right now. Mauricio Huffy nearly fucking lost to James Lontop. I don't care what fucking excuse you have. He has a wheel kick KO over Bobby Green. It's a really nice wheel kick. I can't say that he'll destroy Ilia as if I haven't seen him nearly fucking lose to James fucking Lontop. Okay? Ilia, on any circumstance, would flatline and absolutely destroy Lontop within a minute or two. I'm sorry. Okay? That's just how it is. So let's chill out on the whole Huffy discussion until he's actually beat someone good and put some consistency together. MMA Chase says, I'm elite at the back foot. Ilia is done. Elite on the back foot, Islam Makhachev. Oh, yeah, because he landed a couple of shots that one time on the counter on Poirier that did nothing to Poirier. Oh, I forgot about that, yeah. Dude, Makhachev's a fucking problem on the back foot. He kinda outpointed Volkanovski in a couple moments on the feet. People forget, man. Makhachev landed a check hook on Volkanovski. People forget, man. MMA Che slowly breaking down over the KO. Went from funny to kinda sad. Felt for the little Jew. What is going on with MMA Che? Why is he so mad about it? I don't understand. He's just betting all of his money away and losing it all. How much money did you raise for Ben Askren? I have no idea, but probably a lot. And you know, DJ said on the pod, yeah. So we're thinking of doing this thing, and I was like, "What are we doing?" And we offered Ben Askren, and then we were talking about how we can like raise the money and then match however much is donated and give it. as money, and he was saying, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And I literally told him on the pod, I said, who's we here? So I'm here to get my money out of this podcast. So who's we? And then eventually I gave in and said I'd do it for Ben Askren. But I don't remember signing up for this when I saw that when we set up this podcast, buddy, giving away all my fucking paycheck. But fair enough, though. I hope Ben Askren does well. Probably quite a bit. Probably a few thousand at least. DJ's not a casual, but speaking from experience, I used to be a huge fan, but when you do the sport, you fall out of watching everything. I know, because there's only so much you can love the sport before it gets long. I know everything because you guys tell me, because I don't watch Embedded or Countdown or anything like that anymore. I just can't do it. I don't know why I can't do it. I used to watch all of that stuff, but now I can't. Once you've done it enough, it just becomes so repetitive, you know? It's the same format every time. Same things are said by the fighters. Cake or death? Ooh, cake. Embedded it at the airport. Feeling good. Flight's good. Body's good. Mind's good. You know what they say. Happy fighter. Good fighter. That's what they say. Anyway, yeah. Can't wait to check into my hotel. This is me getting my suitcase out of the fucking trunk of this cab. How close is Pantoja to flyweight go? I don't think DJ would beat Pantoja prime for prime. I don't think so. How close is Pantoja to flyweight go? A few fights away. The arguments can already begin. The level of competition is way better. So, yeah. Be interesting. Also, yes or no, chat, the flyweights are twice the size that they used to be. I remember when, yes or no, chat, do you remember when Tim Elliott was a long, rangy, lanky flyweight? Do you guys remember that time? When Tim Elliott was the long, rangy, wiry, tricky, goofy, striking flyweight. There was a time when he was that level at the flyweight division in comparison to the rest of them. But now Tim Elliott's one of the short, stocky guys, pretty much. Has to fight on the inside. They're massive now, in comparison. Pretty crazy. The Mighty Guru thumbnail, just you and DJ without any Photoshop. Him in great shape and you looking like a bag of milk. All right. Just insulting. Thank you. Very funny. Ilia KO has more views than Sugar Aljo on UFC YouTube. Dude, Ilia is the biggest star in the UFC. He actually broke my viewership record on the live stream that we just did. So, yeah. Open a window, open a door. Yeah, I'll do it after. Why did you cap at for the live stream? What did I cap at for the live stream? I capped at 25,000 live viewers. My previous record was for Makhachev versus Moicano card. And that had like 24,000, so. So yeah, Jesus, my breath. 3 men. Do you think that if Charles doesn't stand in Ilia's face and is just defending while throwing kicks and shooting for takedowns in the later rounds, would the result be different? Yeah, but that's not what Charles does. So, yeah, if Charles Oliveira wasn't Charles Oliveira and didn't fight like Charles Oliveira or do anything that Charles Oliveira does, he probably could have won against Ilia Topuria. You are correct, to be fair. I didn't think about that. No, but true. Yeah, Oliveira fought dumb to fight Topuria. But he does that all the time. I'm doing that with fighters now. I always predict fights by saying, even with the O'Malley and Merab thing, I predict fights like saying what the fighter should do in order to win. I'm not doing that anymore, you know? Even if I can see them being able to do it, I'm just going to pick what the fighter does every time. Because fighters don't change. They make the same mistakes every fight. They don't improve. Strategically, what would Islam's path be to victory be against Topuria? He just seems unbeatable at the moment, but Volk and Max were winning rounds against him. Because Volk and Max are legit good strikers. Makhachev's a good striker when the guy in front of him is terrified of being taken down. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Makhachev's just blast kicks into Ilia Topuria's arms. Blast kicks into him at range. Body, head, inside low kicks. I don't think he would exchange with any punches with Ilia Topuria and then try and grapple up against the cage and just get a hold of Ilia, knee him to the thigh a little bit, you know? Not even go for a full all-in takedown, just make Ilia work out of certain positions. Probably be what's best for Makhachev. Reminded that 50% of all...
The fight's in August in Chicago. Yes. You wanna go? Let's do it.
We're gonna go Miami and LA.
It's going to be a big card.
Might as well go to Chicago.
It's going to be a big card. The co-main event is Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh.
an awesome fight.
That's gonna be a sick
Awesome
one.
fight.
It's gonna be a good fight, man. I'm you and crazy.
Askren had a successful double lung transplant. I know, and we raised that money for him on the Mighty Guru show. So now we keep the money? This is how it works? But yeah, congrats to Ben Askren. I guess we'll be sending the money over anyway, just to like, you know, for the tough time. Gaethje Paddy leaked. Thank you for the $2. Or I think maybe there's some kind of like group that helped Askren out, and maybe the money's going to go to them. I don't know. Yeah, I saw Gaethje Paddy got leaked by Dricus Du Plessis. I don't know how real it is, or if he just heard some discussion of that fight being made and doesn't really know if it is or not, but yeah, man. Gaethje versus Pimblett's a big, big fight. Is it true Gaethje Paddy leak on DDP card? True. Well, no, they said DDP was saying that would be the UFC 320 main event, or the co-main event of UFC 320, so it's not on DDP's card. He was talking about the one later that year, or this year. Paddy beats Gaethje in the first round knockout. I don't think he knocks him out. I think he'll like crack him, shoot a takedown, get it, and get the takedown on Gaethje, maybe take his back. Like that. Did you see DDP allegedly spoiling 319 co-main? It's not 319. I don't think he's talking about 319. I think he's talking about UFC 320. I think you guys are mishearing that. I'm pretty sure he said the October card co-main event is Pimblett versus Gaethje. It's not the main event of the fight in 7 weeks. I don't know if you've seen Pimblett recently, but he's not 7 weeks out from a fight with Gaethje. I do concrete, and my foreman got our apprentice drunk today after work. We're producing alcoholics in real time. Thoughts? Yeah, you're a laborer, though. You're supposed to be an alcoholic and smoke cigarettes. Like, if you're focusing on making sure to live a really healthy lifestyle and not have any other kind of problem with, like, drinking or gambling or partying or doing this or that while you're a laborer, you've got your priorities all wrong. All of your addictions and problems are to figure out once you find your way out of the rat race. Until then, your addictions can merely get you through the fucking rat race a little bit better. So it's probably good that they're alcoholics. And they should drink a little bit. Or they'll just fucking end their life being a sober fucking concrete mixer. Let's be real, dude. Trying to go... I mean, I'm sober because I can work from home and do this for a living. But trying to do that shit while being a fucking bricklayer, I'd fucking... Yeah, I mean, that would be fucking pointless. That'd be such a dreaded life. Though it's true about laborers. Yeah, dude, smoke some cigarettes, man. You know what smoking cigarettes is for laborers? I actually don't think you'd be able to do the job if you didn't smoke cigarettes, because they'd just be expecting you to work non-stop. Cigarettes just become a reasonable excuse to take a 5-minute break now and then. Like, people at my job when I was younger used to smoke cigarettes just so they could have an extra, like, half an hour of break time a day. Spread out throughout the whole day. Like, 6 5-minute breaks throughout the day. Or even more than that. They would get, like, an extra 40 minutes off of work every day over me. So we'd all have a half an hour lunch break. And then they would have, like, an extra 40 minutes split up into, like, 8 5-minute breaks throughout the day where they just needed to go out for a cigarette. So it just, you know... It helps them in that way. Even though the pack of cigarettes arguably costs them the amount of time that they saved. I took my kid to the Pride Parade. Well, you're Canadian, it makes sense. Might as well, mate. Why can't I breathe? I don't know why I can't breathe all of a sudden. Maybe I've got a... I feel like I'm all congested. Yeah, you just finished the Mighty Guru show. Now you're live. W. Thank you, dude. Oh, yeah, I am congested. I'm going to sneeze. Ilia equals Reconquista 2.0. Islam running scared. True. Did you train at all with DJ? No. No, hang on. Thank you for the $2. I would, but I don't know when. I don't know where. Don't pay me commit to things. Shut the fuck up. I will. Some point when I want to. I'm holding in a sneeze and I can't breathe out my nose. Jack Hermanson, no, he is still with us. He's still breathing and with us. Moicano's live. Donate to him. He needs money. Where is Moicano live? I was kind of rude in my reaction to his fight, so I might not want to. People forget, man. Trevor Whitman's gloves. Yeah. How could we forget about Trevor Whitman's gloves? God damn it. No, Moicano's not live. I don't see him live. Ooh. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, he is. Jesus Christ. But he's live in Brazilian, so we'll leave him to it. He's got 4.5k viewers. Wow. Good shit. Yeah, leave him to it. He's doing it in Portuguese.